fuck off! Oh, fucking waste of time.
It was literally like shit or bust, like absolutely flat out pedal 3 times and then set sail and see where you landed really, but you know. First couple of days were like just trying to get everybody meshed up to like what I want to ride. So that was like a bit of an eye-opener. Hit a drainage bump, started rolling around in the grass like a little girl. Finding like sort of a pretty unrideable line. My name is Chris Akrigg. I come from Yorkshire, England, and I'm a bicycle stunt rider. It's such a tricky question trying to like explain my riding and what I like to do. I just like riding really horrible stuff.
So yeah, we finally arrived at our first location of the trip with Chris Akrigg. Yeah, I'm just finishing setting up the Ariel Alexa Mini setup in our gimbal, which is kind of a small setup. Yeah, really stoked to see what we're gonna do the next days.
So right now I'm flying what's called a squirt. So it's just like a little rig that carries a GoPro, but it's mainly designed for indoor stuff and like being able to bounce off things. So it's pretty safe. Like you can fly around people, no issues. This is just carrying a GoPro, and it's super safe. Like you can bump into people, mess around, no worries. Whereas that's a little bit more serious, 5.2K camera, and yeah, a lot more mass to it. So yeah, it's just fun to mess around with. Holy, I don't want to go that far off. I got way too much speed.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the UK has such a sort of an interesting and high quality group of riders, but I think it's probably like, you know, the surroundings. You know, we've got such a wide range of sort of terrains and weather conditions. I think it sort of makes you a more well-rounded rider. I always think that like you're a product of your environment. So where I live, like it's very rocky, rooty, and quite harsh terrain, and not pretty much always wet. I think that's like why I ride like I do.
Set. Roll camera.
So the first location was Donkeld.
And drop it.
Really cool sort of woodlands. Yeah, I found some really cool lines in there.
Here, bump drop, and then pedal hard. It's a really different shooting because we're on a trail, it looks amazing, but that's not really what we're shooting. We're trying to look on stuff beside the trail, like what kind of features you cannot ride is pretty much what Chris wants to ride.
There as well. Yeah, subturn thing. Backside in it.
Yeah.
First couple of days were like just trying to get everybody meshed up to like what I want to ride. So that was like a bit of an eye-opener.
probably try to keep a nice pace for it because it keeps my grip better.
Yeah, okay. Then I'll just be really good.
Starting from here, then I don't think we're in the shot.
Oh.
Oh, hello. That's true.
I think it's going to be pretty interesting. I've not worked with one of them small drones before. I think it's going to be pretty interesting having one buzz behind my head, and it's like, yeah, I think I'll give it a run for its money. So the crew just found me a nice little line.
One thing that the athletes always love is when the cameraman comes up with something completely impossible.
And it consists of a little log to negotiate. A super steep climb with steps, which are ridiculously slippy. Into a cave that you can hardly fit through without a bike.
I mean, the bars are like almost the same size as the entrance of this cave, but it could be possible.
Through a cave.
Then he would be riding through this little cave there.
Into a lovely splendid waterfall area. With a nice drop out, but it doesn't end there.
Right down the waterfall. Jump on the tree. Jump off the tree. And right out. So it's perfectly
Roll camera.
easy to do.
And 3, 2, 1, go.
No, we were planning a 3-man or 4-man gimbal mission here, and so we basically saw Chris entering the cave. We follow him with the gimbal through the cave. Then pass the gimbal down to where Julian is standing right now. Julian is coming up here. Passing the gimbal over the log where Chris is jumping over, and then follow him down the trail.
So sick.
Yeah, timing was super.
Looks like it worked. So good, great team effort. And it was actually like, I think 6 people for one shot, moving the camera around here, and yeah, really stoked.
Nice.
Yeah.
So far,
Work for that.
we're pretty lucky. First day, first shots in the back. We're going up to the Fort William and Glencoe area next. Landscape is incredible, so there's too much to film pretty much, so we have to like prioritize where to go. Just moving a little more in the interior of the Highlands.
We are walking up the northwest of Nevis at the moment. We're going to go try find some interesting lines to shoot, so it's a beautiful morning for it.
Carrying a gimbal up a hill usually sucks, but this construction actually, I think it's even a nice counterweight to the
Oh, nice. Is that the way you're going
so
down?
yeah, it's a good invention, I guess.
Everyone feels.
We're at the Nevis, biggest mountain of the UK, and we're just carrying everything up. It's midday, and we're trying to find some more cool stuff for Chris. Pretty epic mountain, pretty Scottish, I would say. And as you can see, team is carrying all the big stuff up there. Yeah, let's see what we can find.
It's a combination of the two things, finding like sort of a pretty unrideable line and then sort of breaking it down to be able to make it rideable, and then making it like, try to make it really smooth.
Yes, let's say you can come over. Do you need help with the bike? We got the shot.
It's just the challenge, I think, of, you know, the whole sort of, you know, finding something and riding like an unrideable line and then making it look good.
Please give us a second. We do top down, so we have a way of cutting it. Drop it.
And then when you make it look too good, it looks easy, and then that's annoying. I think the most technical and difficult move for me was the gap jump at the bottom of Ben Nevis.
Another shot, yeah.
As soon as I set off, it just went like that. Cut. There was, well, a combination, a couple of things really. There was no real warm up, and it was like just straight out of the box, like 3 pedals. Like that. It's one of them things that you just got to rely on yourself and like rely on the grip and rely on like just the years of riding that I've done. It was literally like shit or bust, like absolutely flat out pedal 3 times and then set sail and see where you landed really, but you know. There was an element of luck there, I think.
Oh, come on!
Sie ist hier zurück.
Das ist scheiße da drüber.
Concentrating.
Yeah, one of the.
Sick.
Couldn't get it much better, I don't think so.
No, man, that was perfect. You, and just before the weather hits, man. Yes.
Ooh. The sort of the downside of the whole trip was riding a stupid little bit of trail, just got a little bit offline, hit a drainage bump, started rolling around in the grass like a little girl, and somehow managed to get the walkie-talkie sort of wedged between my thigh and my bottom ribs, and it just basically just, I don't know, like knocked a couple of ribs about, and yeah, I've just been moaning about it ever since. Ben Nevis, the Lost Valley, was like one of my favourite locations because that just had like such a wide variety of stuff, from like flat out sprinting in the riverbed up at the top, and then moving down the valley, everything got like tighter and tighter and tighter until we ended up pretty much on my back floating down the river.
One for Christian.
It's a good job we got that shot quickly today.
All for the shot. All for the shot. That's how we roll.
Tillmann Brothers, like, and the production crew is next level. Like all the cameras that are, that I'm seeing for the first time. We just always had a video camera at home, like, just like a home movie camera. So I'd start like messing around using that, and we'd always like just film, but for no reason. There was no like end game. It was just like we took a camera out and we'd just maybe watch it back later and just have a bit of a laugh about it. And then that's progressed to sitting in a room with 6 Germans filming me.
Nice one.
Yeah, I'm out.